What up, everybody? This is your host, JP of the FilmBros podcast. Before we get into the video or the pod today, I wanted to just let you guys know that we are still working out the audio issues. We have some new equipment coming in that is going to just change the whole dynamic to this podcast. It's going to be great. So for right now, we are working through it, and there will be some hiccups in this podcast, I guess, vocally wise. We ask you to bear with us, and, please don't lose faith in us. We are working on it, and we are trying to make the best quality content possible for you guys. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the pod, and I'll just talk to you guys on the next one later. What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Film Bros podcast. I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
What up, guys? We back to, talk about a few topics that we, found out about over the course of the weekend. A few things have happened, big things, big news, and, as always, we just want to sit around and just have the conversation. You already know, if you guys want to support us in any way, shape, form, Josh, let them know how they could do that.
If you want to hit us up at any time, Twitter and TikTok, at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to listen to our other episodes, we are still on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us in a big way by not only being able to check out our old episodes, because Spotify and Apple Podcasts don't have them, but you can listen to them on Zippy Stream. The link will be down below, and if you go to our handles, Twitter and TikTok, you'll find them there too. All it takes is your name and email. You get updates on when new episodes come out, and you get to talk to us directly about anything you want. What am I missing? YouTube, where you're probably watching us on, hopefully. If you want to check us out on YouTube or older episodes, you can do that all at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah, and with that being said, let's get a word from our sponsor, Zippy Stream. Today's episode is sponsored by Zippy Stream. If you are wondering how we make money to run our podcast, it's all because of this innovative platform. Here at FilmBros Podcast, we absolutely love using Zippy Stream. It's the easiest way to convert listeners into an email list, but best of all, they find us sponsorship so we can keep making money doing what we love.
Suppose you're also a podcaster thinking about starting one. Zippy Stream will help you find and manage your relationship with brands that are relevant to your audience. If you want to learn more, contact us as soon as possible. Everyone that signs up this month will get to claim £10 as a joining bonus, which is around $12 or something like that.
Just reach out to us by email or social media DMs, and I'll put you in touch with the guys at Zippy Stream right away. Now back to the pod. And welcome back, guys. As my co-host said, all it takes is an email and a name. Go ahead and support us there at Zippy Stream. Thank you for sponsoring our video again. With that, let's go ahead and just start jumping right in, Josh.
Yep.
So, first things first. First topic off top that I had to bring up is going to obviously be Avatar. Okay, Avatar, Way of Water. Doing its thing once again. Decided to cross 2 billion. All right, literally this morning crossed 2 billion. Knocked back Infinity War and Endgame, I believe. No, not Endgame. Endgame second. I think knocked back Infinity War and Force Awakens. So Avatar is doing a lot of numbers, changing a lot of lives, to be honest, because now not only did this movie do what honestly for some reason people were doubting it to do, but it also made Zoe Saldana the first actress to have 4 movies that have crossed 2 billion. Damn. Okay, so she's been in 4 movies. That's loaded. Infinity War, Endgame, and Avatar is 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So with that, also brings another milestone that James Cameron himself seems to want to keep on breaking, which was him having 3 films. The only director to have 3 films.
God.
To crack 2 billion. This movie has done tremendously. Okay, it's great. It's amazing. How did people doubt James Cameron is beyond me. But one thing I will say is that with this movie reaching the heights that it is, honestly, and this might seem like a little haterish if you want, but it really didn't have any competition in the movie theaters to even stop it from even doing this. You know what I mean? It had little, in my opinion, it had little hurdles. Megan came out, which kind of took, it didn't take number one spot, but it was like reaching. It got like to second place, but then, Avatar said, sit the fuck down, bro. We ain't done yet. And then after that, it was just basically solo. You know what I mean? So, and on top of that, it had the China release, which Marvel has not had in a while. I think since 2020. So there's a lot of movies that were, taking a hit. This is great on all fronts. It's just that's just my thinking. I just can't help but think that this movie literally just was let loose and had free reign for 6 weeks and held number one spot for 6 weeks straight. So you're hearing all this news. What are you thinking about it?
This is a lot, man. I'm so glad this movie's doing what it's doing. There was too many people talking their shit when this movie came out. Oh, no one remembers the first one. This isn't that. You remember that whole era. I was the one rooting for this movie. My favorite movie out of 2022, if you want to go check out our ranking on that. But this movie is just everything. It does everything. It deserves it. Honestly, it deserves to be there. James Cameron just did it again. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it broke 2 billion already, and then Zoe Saldana, she's a great actress. She deserves it. She deserves all of it. James Cameron, obviously, he's the one piecing it all together.
Mm-hmm. Do you think, as James Cameron being this juggernaut, okay, do you think that it was kind of unfair that they didn't put a movie to stand up against Avatar: The Way of Water?
I think even if there was one, it wouldn't have stood a chance. Imagine if they kept Shazam. That shit would have been sad.
Obliterated, bro. It would have been over.
Bad.
And especially with all this DC stuff coming out, man, that's not even gonna. It wouldn't have not made it at all. They did a good call. They did a good call because honestly, I think a lot of big movies that I think a lot of studios were banking on shifted their movies away and basically gave it to them. They were just like, you know what? We're not gonna take L's. We can have a win-win. We move. We'll sit over there, and you could sit over here. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. So, honestly, congratulations to him and to Zoe Saldana. She deserves it. Honestly, I thought we were gonna get some kind of like memorable stuff from what's his name? The head guy, Jake Sully. I thought we were gonna hear some news about him too. But to be honest, I think he's been on a hiatus on movies, huh? Besides Way of Water. Well, I seen him in that Netflix one, that hospital one with his daughter, where he's like in panic mode and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I think I've seen one on Netflix too with him in it. So I think he's mainly doing like smaller stuff.
Yeah, huh? And then, well, obviously came back for all these movies, and I mean, what a great call. He'll be back
in 3. So,
you know what's funny? And it's not really like a topic that I had planned, but speaking of him, like, how mad do you think Matt Damon is for missing out on this bag?
He was gonna be the guy. He was gonna be Jake.
He was the first choice, and I think he had asked for. I believe he asked for about 25% of the movie's budget or movie's income to come back, and James Cameron was saying no, only 10. And so because of that, he bowed out. Here, I'll get the full quote. Let me see, just so I don't misquote anybody. But yeah, he was first choice, and I believe he turned it down, and that's what made James Cameron go for Sam Worthington. That's his name.
Wow. He deserves it though. Matt Damon can stick to whatever he's doing right now.
Yeah, he recently did with Ben Affleck, they made a production studio, so that's pretty good. Damon said at Cannes that he turned down Avatar because he had already committed to finishing up his Bourne action trilogy with director Paul Greengrass while rejecting Avatar, turned out not to be the best financial decision, Damon maintained that it was the right moral decision. Oh, okay. So apparently he was tied to another movie. I think James Cameron said something different, though.
I was watching the interview.
Oh, right here. Matt Damon should get over passing on Avatar role. $290 million payout for the first movie. He would have gotten $290 million. I wonder if he made that on the Bourne trilogy.
Probably not. I don't remember any big things out of those movies.
You know what? If we can get actual like numbers, that'd be cool. This is good. This is great. Let me see. How much did Matt Damon?
I was watching the interview he did for Avatar, like the first one, like a Q&A. Yeah, because I guess they did it as a press release around when Way of Water was coming out, and he chose Sam Worthington, right? That's his name, Sam, because I guess he did the best performance, and like to James Cameron, if he felt like a warrior, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he gave him that warrior spirit, kind of like Optimus Prime. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Not bad, not bad. Try to take me out. 50-year-old Damon. Yeah, well, in the beginning right here, it just says that he earned $10 million for the first film, and then $26 million for the next two films, and then he came back for 2016's Jason Bourne, and he earned $1 million per line of dialogue. So, I mean, no, he did not. Even with that $1 million per line of dialogue, he still did not even. There's no way he reached $290 million. Yeah, he missed out on a bag. Matt Damon missed out on a big bag.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
Sam Worthington got that bag. Where is he? Why isn't he making bigger movies like that?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe after Salvation, he was kind of like, all right, it ain't working out.
That's where he took his little hiatus. Yeah. And then recently came out in that Netflix movie. I don't know. That's crazy, though. It's crazy to think that, he was in literally the number one movie in the world. You know what I mean? The one that made the most money in the whole entire world. You would think he would have a bigger, like, acting career and more of a, resume and being on front and center. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest thing.
Very weird. But he's getting his bag. So.
Yeah, as long as they're getting their bag. Congrats to everybody at the Avatar team, and, y'all keep going. Moving on from this glorious, glorious achievement, we are coming up on the next glorious thing. The Oscars.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So tomorrow, actually, we're going to get the Oscars list, and we're going to know who's the nominees, and we'll be able to vote eventually. But before that, we actually get down to, everybody knows them, the Razzies. And I mean, if you don't know what the Razzies are, it's basically like the little brother that pokes fun at the Oscars. So they basically take the movies that were talked about a lot, controversial, probably didn't do too well, and they basically just have a big Razzie or Oscar moment and give them actual awards and stuff like that. Like, I know Halle Berry, she got an award, a Razzie Award for Catwoman.
The hell?
I think last year, I don't remember all of them, but everybody gets like a Razzie at one point. I think one of the Transformers movies, Mark Wahlberg got one for that. So Razzies is a thing. It's something to just, in my opinion, not make Hollywood take it so seriously. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something fun. You hear about these things, and we know these movies didn't do too well. So it's good to just be like, nobody expects a bad movie, but if we can make fun of them when the time's right, it's cool, right?
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. There's a lot of things. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, congratulating movies and stuff that we just had the Emmys and Critics' Choice and the Oscars. I think this does poke a little fun at it, which is what we need. I think it really humbles.
Yeah,
It's a good way to humble actors and stuff. You know
exactly,
what I mean?
exactly. So what I thought we could do is basically look at the nominees and see if they deserve to be there or not, right?
Yeah.
So let's go down the list. Right here. So for worst picture, we got Blonde, Disney's Pinocchio, Good Morning, The King's Daughter, and Morbius. Those are nominated for worst picture. I haven't seen Blonde yet. A lot of I've heard about it, and it's just not something that I'm willing to put myself through as of right now.
I've never heard of it.
You haven't heard of it?
No.
It's Ana de Armas movie. She portrays Marilyn Monroe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that one got hella controversy.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, there's a scene in there, a certain scene that people were hella talking about. It's crazy. But yeah, that one got a lot of controversy, and a lot of people said that she did really well in this role, that she gave it her all and put her all in this performance, and a lot of people said it was distasteful, very tacky of her to do that. Not, it was just the worst thing to grace the screen, which I understand people are going to say that because, like I said, it's not my cup of tea, so I just refuse to watch it. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to watch it, but people probably watched it thinking that it was going to be empowering for women and stuff like that, but in reality, it was just, from what I heard, it's just a hard slap of reality for people who idolize Monroe. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So, I haven't seen it. Yeah, so it caused a lot of controversy. Disney's Pinocchio, that shit was boring. You watched it?
The live action one?
Yeah.
I totally forgot they did that. No, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? That shit was really boring.
I don't really like Pinocchio anyway, if that makes sense.
Oh, you don't like you didn't like the old one?
Nah.
Oh. Yeah, too mature. Too many mature themes for you?
No, I don't think so. It's just, I thought it's just not an interesting story to me. You know what I mean?
About a puppet trying to be a real boy?
Yeah. You
don't know what it feels to be a real boy. That's right.
I'm a real boy.
That's right. Yeah. So that one was kind of, to me, it was kind of boring. The next one is Good Morning, and that's the one that MGK made with Matza.
MGK did that.
Never seen it. Have not seen it. I don't even know where to watch it. Where do you watch that at?
It came out in the movies for a little bit.
Was it? I thought it was like on YouTube or something.
No, it came out in the movies for a little bit, and then I think you can probably find it on DVD.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna want to watch that. I think if you guys want us to do a review of these movies that are bad, let us know. We'll do it. I think
he just came out with another movie too.
Yeah, I think he did one with Megan Fox or something.
It was
right.
I forget what it was called. He did a song for it, and I've stumbled upon it. I just forget the name.
And the next one is The King's Daughter. I don't think I've heard about that one. Have you heard about The King's Daughter?
The King's Daughter, no.
Never heard about that one. And then everybody's heard about Morbius.
Ew.
Now, Sony might be re-releasing it because now it's getting this attention again. But whatever. It's kind of weird to.
It was called Taurus. The movie was called Taurus.
It's already out. Is it on where is it on?
Let me see. MGK movie Taurus. That's crazy. He named it after a sign. It's a 1 hour and 38 movie. You can get it on YouTube for like $4.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's $4 too much. Well, I'll wait for Tubi. So going to the next category, we have worst actor. Top of the list is Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, for Good Morning.
Damn.
Pete Davidson, voice only, for Marmaduke.
Yep, I give it to him.
Tom Hanks as Geppetto for Disney's Pinocchio. I don't think it was that bad. I'm sorry, Tom. Jared Leto for Morbius, and Sylvester Stallone for Samaritan. Not seen Samaritan. Good Morning. I don't know. I've seen a little bit of Marmaduke because I think I put it on for the kids for a little bit, and I was like, "What the hell is this thing?" Yeah, no.
I give it to Pete Davidson.
Yeah, but you have a personal vendetta against this man.
No, I don't. I've seen it.
Be impartial. I've
seen it.
You seen Marmaduke?
It's ass.
You watched Marmaduke?
Yeah.
When did you watch that?
Well, we watched it at my buddy's. We were kind of just... Why not?
All right, watching a dog movie.
It was ass.
It's a terrible movie.
It's ass, yeah.
Okay, so you think he's the worst actor on there?
And like.
I gotta take your word because I've never seen that movie.
I kind of liked movies, so I don't think it's the worst. You can't. If you could fuck up voice acting, Pete Davidson did.
Okay, I get that. All right, maybe Pete Davidson takes it. I wouldn't say Tom Hanks. I don't know how you got there, but I mean, I'm sorry, Tom Hanks. Another worst actress. So we got Ryan Kiera Armstrong for Firestar. Oh, this is what everybody's talking about. So apparently, Ryan Kiera Armstrong, she's the little girl that starred in Firestarter, and they put her down. I think she's only like 12, and they're putting her as worst actress. And a lot of people are like, "She's only a kid. How can you guys do that to her? Whatever. It's just a joke." In my opinion, the Razzies are just a joke, and I think it should just be praised for what it is. You know what I mean? And it's not something to be taken serious like that. But I can see where something like that could affect one's self-esteem. But I mean, you're a child. You're gonna obviously not be 100% great. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think it's rude?
Not really rude, but like, I mean, what can you do if she's not on par yet with everyone else? She's not gonna be able to compete with Zoe Saldana. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it makes sense. It could be fucked depending on how you look at it, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal.
I don't see it as a big deal because, like I said, to me, this awards is not even like prestigious or anything. It's literally just a joke, in my opinion. And they literally do it right behind the Oscars just to be that little brother that makes fun of them. You know what I mean? Bryce Dallas Howard for Jurassic Park Dominion. Wow. Well, no, I don't think she deserves to be on there. Diane Keaton, Mac and Rita, Kaya Scodelario, the King's Daughter, and Alicia Silverstone, the Requeen. I don't know
I've
those.
never seen any of those.
No. Oh yeah, no, not even Dominion yet. Huh?
No,
that's crazy. But don't speak bad on Bryce Dallas Howard, right? Her directing for Star Wars is immaculate. Don't say nothing bad about her.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
What the
hell? Worst remake, ripoff, or sequel.
Oof.
We got Blonde.
Oof.
Top. Both 365-day sequels. 365 days this day. What is that? And the next 365 days. A Razzie BOGO. Okay. Disney's Pinocchio, Firestarter, and Jurassic World Dominion. I give it to Pinocchio. Pinocchio was the worst. It has to be. I don't know that 365 sequel, and I don't know Firestarter, but I say Pinocchio. I think with Firestarter, even Stephen King didn't like it. I think he watched it and he was like, yeah, because that movie is an adaptation of his book. So, and he watched it, and I guess he hated that shit.
He doesn't like a lot of that shit, though. He didn't like The Shining.
The new one that just came out?
No, the old one. By,
Oh, I thought he did like it.
No, he said he didn't like it.
Crazy. But yeah, I give it to Pinocchio. I don't think you've seen any of those on here anymore. I guess you avoid bad movies.
This is by Bruckheimer. That's the name I was looking for. The old one.
How do you...
I avoid bad movies.
Yeah, you just avoid bad movies. How does that happen?
It just happens.
How do you just duck them like this? You don't even...
It just happens.
I've
never heard of the 365.
I never heard about that one either, to be honest.
And The King's Daughter, never heard of it either.
Yeah, me neither. That one either. Worst supporting actress, Adriana Arjona Morbius. That's the love interest.
Yeah.
Lorraine Bracco, voice only, Disney's Pinocchio. I don't know who she plays, to be honest. Penelope Cruz, the 355. Bing Bing Fan, the 355 and the King's Daughter. Mira Sorvino, Lamborghini, the man behind the legend. Okay, Bing Bing Fan, what is that? And why are they nominating him for 2 movies?
I don't know.
I think those ones are foreign movies. I think they're foreign. Worst supporting actor, Pete Davidson, cameo role, Good Morning. Damn, it was just a cameo. Oh, damn, Pete Davidson is just a cameo, bro. Tom Hanks as Elvis in Elvis. Xavier Samuel in Blonde. Maud Sun in Good Morning. And Evan Williams in Blonde.
I thought Tom Hanks did his thing.
I didn't get that. Could you try?
What the hell?
My Apple Watch. She hears everything. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to see Good Morning. What is it even about?
I don't. Isn't that where he's trying to find his girlfriend or something like that?
Let me see. Getting dragged through the mud.
He like breaks up with her or something like that, and he spends the whole day trying to find her, something like that.
Oh, Becky G's in this movie and Megan Fox.
You can get it on YouTube for $2.
Amazon Prime too.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Look, so we give it 1 star. I would put this movie in the same category as Disaster Movie and Meet the Spartans, but it isn't even a spoof. Kind of incredible to see how poorly stoner movies are made. Now that weed is legal, this film should be taught in schools as exactly how not to make a movie. Famous cast aside, the pace is slow. The storyline, if you can call it that, is something a middle school child could write, and the acting just feels like a mockery. Things that were obviously meant to be funny were cringe. Serious moments were boring and drug on. At times, I thought Mr. Beast might show up and start handing out prizes for the people who could actually sit and stare at this thing. The only part I enjoyed was seeing Danny Trejo. If this is the future of cinema, I believe cinema is officially dead. Damn.
The person at the bottom give it 5 stars.
No, but listen, I don't like the movie at all, but the actors aren't bad. The plot of the story is MGK can really act. So can Megan and Dove. I'm going to give this movie 5 stars. Not for the movie, but the actors and actresses to support them. It isn't the cast's fault that this movie is not making a lot of people have a good time watching it. I'm a big fan of Educan. I loved it. It was funny. It was awesome. I could watch it again. I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys should go watch it. That sounds like a fake.
2 stars, 1 star.
Literally the worst event in my life, and I've been kicked out and disowned. Oh shit! I hate it. Why is this movie even exist? The movie is pointless and useless. I gave this a 1 because MGK is in it, even though I didn't watch it. Simply just awful. Awful acting and awful storyline. A 1. LMAO, what a laughable career. Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That shit was funny, actually. Damn. Sorry, MGK. IMDb gave it a 1.3 out of 10.
Wow.
He really made a stinker, I'm guessing. Really bad movie. So I'm guessing it's a weed movie. I don't even think I've...
This is my impersonation of Draco Malfoy looking for drugs.
Where's the pot, Potter?
Anyone know the number to 911?
Yo, what was that one?
Like Game of Thrones or something. I'm trying to get on one of those shows.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
This is serious shit.
My name is London Clash. I'm an actor on this show called Good Bad People. This is Apple. We've been dating for a year.
I can't stop thinking about her. Good morning with the you. What the fuck?
Yo, does this look like a breakup text to you?
Yes. We're getting your energy right, man.
Oh, shit.
You're an idiot. I hope you find your girlfriend.
About fucking time. Hi.
Can you push this meeting?
No, I cannot push the meeting with the director of Batman.
Apple's, like, breaking up with me.
The only thing that will never break your heart is money.
Jesus Christ.
That hoe is loyal. You feel me?
Oh, my God. Movie man! What's up, Barry? Yo, did you see Apple? Yeah. Did she say where she was going? She did. She actually... No, are you fucking crazy? That's a... Hey! Not necessary, sir. I'm gonna text you. Yeah, that would be... I will kill you!
Our boy's in trouble. This is how we fix everything. We're on a mission. Start your engines.
Man, quit acting like a bitch. Smoke me!
I don't want to.
This has been the weirdest day at work ever.
I got this. You a cool cop or something?
Yeah, Stony Smurf. Get over here.
I trusted you!
This is the worst day of my life.
Yo!
Hey!
Do you want to be in love, or do you want to be the biggest star in the world?
Oh shit.
It's time to party!
What is this dust?
That's people, man.
It just gets weirder and weirder as it goes on.
Movie's gonna shoot itself.
I'm gonna shoot myself.
Drake has a huge snake.
I don't think that's Drake. God's plan.
Now we know why he made the Razzies. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, are we gonna give it a watch?
You want to spend $2 on this? I'll spend $2 on it.
I was about to say, if it's your $2, I'd watch it. If you down.
Maybe.
All right. So with that, let's keep going. Was that okay? So supporting actor. Yeah, we already did that one, right? All of those. Worst screen couple: Colson Baker and Maud Sun. Good morning.
Yeah.
Both real life characters in the Fallish White House bedroom scene. Blonde. What? Tom Hanks and his latex-laden face. Andrew Dominic and his issues with women in Blonde. The two 365-day sequels, both released in 2022. What is that? I gotta look that up too. We gotta inform ourselves, right?
365 movies? That's so weird.
$365. Oh, it's on Netflix.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Never heard of it. Keep going.
And so worst director, Jude Apatow, The Bubble. Oh, I heard that movie was really bad. Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, and Maud Sun, Good Morning. Andrew Dominic, Blonde. Daniel Espinosa, Morbius, and Robert Zemeckis, Disney's Pinocchio. Yeah, fucking kick out Robert Zemeckis. He ruined my childhood. Right here, this man.
Pinocchio.
Worst screenplay, Blonde, written for the screen by Andrew Dominic. Yeah, they're gonna go into detail. Disney's Pinocchio. Good Morning, written by Machine Gun Kelly and Maud Sun. Jurassic World Dominion by Colin Trevorrow, and Morbius. Worst screenplay. Just give it a Good Morning. Just give it to them.
Yeah.
If MGK wins all those and he goes up there and just takes it on the chin and is like, "Fuck yeah, we won this," is that him being like? Are you gonna look at him like being like, "What a fucking douchebag"? Or are you gonna be like, "Oh, he's being a good sport about it"?
Well, I mean, he probably doesn't care. I think to him, winning any award is not. But like, you know what I mean? It's. I don't think it'll be a big deal. I'm pretty sure he'll go up there and be like, "Thank you," you know what I mean? And then he'll be how he is about it. I don't think he'll take it bad though.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a crazy lineup. I honestly didn't even think Jurassic World would have made it to any of these lists, but it was. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but you know, it was kind of dragging there. Pinocchio made it a bunch of times. Blonde, I think they said Blonde was the one that was on here nominated 8 times, the most. Yeah, with 8 nods. That's crazy.
Jeez.
Man, people really didn't like Blonde. It was very controversial. Very, very, very.
That's crazy.
But what do you guys think of the Razzies lineup? Do you think it's bullshit? Do you think it's hilarious? Do you guys enjoy the Razzies? Did you see a few movies on here that you absolutely love and now they're your guilty pleasure? You know, let us know down in the comments, or don't. Keep it to yourself. That's up to you. Moving on, I wanted to talk about this, Josh, because we've talked about, you know, what the future of Venom's going to be, what the future of Spider-Man's going to be. You know, Spider-Man's been in limbo now for what, already a year? It's been a year. We haven't heard anything from Marvel regarding his future. Venom, we knew Venom 3 was going to come out pretty soon. Well, we got a time. I guess it's going to start filming in June and probably wrap up between September or October. So we'll probably get this movie by sometime late next year. what is your predictions, and what do you think we might see in a Venom 3?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Last we seen them. They set up Toxin. They set up the symbiote Toxin.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure we'll see him. I don't know. I don't want to see more. I don't want to see him fight another symbiote. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that's kind of his whole shtick right now, but like I'd prefer if they didn't do that again. And like they have Venom rights, and they could totally do. I mean, if they wanted to, they could give him another Spider-Man villain. I don't see why they wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it's so weird because he's already fought 2 symbiotes, and he and that chick, the screaming one, whatever, Banshee, whatever the fuck her name was. I just don't want to see it again. I wish they would have focused more on the Life Foundation and those symbiotes, because at least then you get those 5, and then you can make them bad guys throughout the thing.
They could have made it into a trilogy.
They could have cut it out, but they kind of just were like, "Oh, the Life Foundation, where'd they go? Where'd the other symbiotes go?"
Yeah,
because in the first one, I don't know if you remember the yellow one that they show in the beginning, like in the tube.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be Scream.
Oh,
and like there's a Scream, Phage, and like 3 more that I forget the names to.
Yeah,
and they usually form one, and then that one's called Hybrid. Spider-Man and Venom lore, but like,
yeah,
they could have done that. So I don't know what to expect for a third one.
To be honest, if Spider-Man's not in this movie, don't even make it. That's just my opinion. If Spider-Man's not in this movie, don't fucking make a Venom 3. Why are you gonna make a Venom movie with no Spider-Man? Why would you make 2 Venom movies with no Spider-Man? Why would you make a 3rd Venom movie with no Spider-Man? Spider-Man is his arch nemesis, and if he's not mentioned in anyone, he's not seen, he's not talked about. There's no like lurking presence. We got a stupid little cameo at the end of Venom 2, and then that didn't even do anything because by Spider-Man No Way Home they sent him right back. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I don't know what Sony's doing over there. It's annoying that we haven't seen Venom and Spider-Man, the two most known arch nemesis. We've never got a proper adaptation on screen. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any complaints with Spider-Man 3's Venom and Spider-Man, but I would like to see this Venom, this buff, big Venom fucking fights Spider-Man. If not Tom Holland's, at least Andrew Garfield's. Or another one. I just need a Spider-Man fight where he consumes them at one point. You know what I mean? And he gets that white S on his chest.
I know. It's so weird that they do that. Like, at least if they were smart, they could be like, okay, in this universe he went to, he found Spider-Man and whatever. He tries to find his universe Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Takes him back to New York, and then he finds him, whether it be Peter or Miles. You see, like, I'm already thinking of things on the spot that probably sound better than what they're going to be doing. And it's so weird. Because I liked Let There Be Carnage, and I liked the first one. Like, they're fine movies to watch. I just can't imagine them going a 3rd movie and he's still fighting other symbiotes like that.
Let There Be Carnage was kind of slipping, though, in my opinion. The first one was pretty good. I liked the first one. Like, I could rewatch that one a bunch of times, but Let There Be Carnage was okay. I wish they wouldn't kill these symbiotes. You know what I mean? Because, there's great storylines where Spider-Man is fighting Carnage. You know what I mean? Or Venom saves him from Carnage or stuff like that happens. Like, I wish it didn't feel like they've already wasted a couple good ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carnage could have easily been a 2-movie villain. You know what I mean? Like, it could have continued on for a while. It just... They're tossing him away so quick, and it's like, for what? What are we heading towards? Are we heading towards something in this Venom verse, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make it. Sony doesn't seem to be making any sense of it.
I get what you mean. It's weird. There's so many other things that they could do. They could have saved Carnage, but that's what I mean. Like, what do they do now? They bring in Toxin. He fights Toxin. If I want to be that guy and bring in like comic stuff, he shouldn't have been able to beat Carnage on his own. Because Carnage is 10 times stronger than this man. Same with Toxin. He's gonna fight Toxin. He's supposed to get his ass whooped. Toxin is stronger, canonically stronger than Venom and Carnage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If Carnage would have lived, I could see Toxin and Venom teaming up. That would have been way better than killing Carnage. And now we're stuck with Toxin as a bad guy, assuming they go that route.
Yeah, I don't know why they use them as one-offs, and it's ridiculous. I just need Venom and Spider-Man to face off. But what do you guys think out there? Venom 3 should be starting to film pretty soon. Do you even think that we should get a third one without a Spider-Man? Let us know down in the comments. But moving on to our next little tidbit. Showed you this the other day as well. We got a little sneak peek. I guess Boss Logic wound up creating a couple what I'm assuming is artwork or actual like statues for Wolverine and Deadpool. Hugh Jackman wound up sharing that image, and it got a lot of people wondering, will Wolverine don his comic accurate suit? Now, something like this looks clean. This looks practical. This would look so dope if Hugh Jackman was wearing it. I don't. It's hard to imagine him or picture him because you're always so used to him with his hair just in that shape, and never needing to wear a suit, wearing those weird leather jumpsuits that they decided to use. The best suits that they ever used in X-Men were those first class suits. Those were like peak in my opinion. Those were the best. But yeah, I mean, you see this. You seen it before. Are you hoping that he would at least wear the suit, or do you think it's kind of like why?
I feel very half and half about it, if I'm being for real. Because this kind of looks like, it almost looks like the one. It almost looks like the one that I think it's the deleted scene in the samurai one, the Wolverine, where he does get it and he looks at it, opens the case, and he's like, wow, okay, and then he closes it. But like, I don't know. It's half and half. I'm very torn because we've seen him without it. And how would he look? I'm trying to picture it, but I can't.
Yeah, I can't either because it's been forever.
Yeah, it's been too long, and like I couldn't see him as wearing this. So if he wears it, cool. But I just can't picture it. I would need to see it.
Yeah, it looks dope. It looks so dope. Like it does look like the one that he opened up in that one, huh? In that one deleted scene.
Same like color tone and everything.
Yeah, that looks pretty sick. I'm sure he still has that probably tucked away in his closet or something like that, the one from that movie. But this looks sick. I hope they do it. Like if they do it and it looks great, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to make it look hella dope. And I mean, if this is a kind of like design that they use, I'd be okay with this. This doesn't look bad, and it looks like a good way to make that the comic book picture pop out into real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for Deadpool 3 even more now.
Yeah.
Like even like I was already happy for it, but if they're gonna put him in the comic accurate suit, I've been waiting since 2000 for this. Okay, since 2000.
It's so it's weird because now that we're finally getting them, we can finally see them in the suits and stuff. And like, I don't think all the X-Men suits were bad. Like you said, the first class one was pretty good. I did like the ones at the end of I think it's Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, at the end, when they're in the training thing, right?
Before they do Phoenix and they wear those blue suits, fucking weirdos. But like those suits were cool. I think the best design I liked out of Wolverine was when he's escaping in Apocalypse, where he's pretty much escaping Weapon X.
Oh, with that thing, and he was. Oh yeah.
I kind of like that look the best. But yeah, I don't. This sounds dope. I just can't picture it. I'd have to wait and see.
And we will be waiting and seeing for sure. But what do you guys think out there? Do you guys like the little Wolverine tease? Are you hoping that we get that comic accurate suit, or you guys just like whatever about it? Let us know down in the comments. Let us know. Next up, and this is gonna be really hard for you to talk about, Josh. Oh, it's not loading. All right, we'll go to the next topic. I'll come back to that one.
I could have just refreshed it.
Could I? Let me see.
Right there. Oh no! The whole damn thing crashed.
It knows you're gonna be mad. That's why.
What is it?
We'll jump to the next one. I'll come back to it. So with this one, because I already know this one's gonna like really get you. But so this one, we basically all the time we always ask Netflix, why give us a show, and why take it away from us so much? And a lot of people always say, it has a lot of viewers. People watch it all the time. Like, it's a good show. Why does Netflix keep canceling it after the first season, second season, even after the third season sometimes? Mm-hmm. Sometimes nobody gets a proper conclusion, and everybody asks. Well, the co-CEO basically came out and said that Netflix has never canceled a show it deems successful. And that's straight out of the mouth of Ted Sarandos. He's the co-CEO. And this is the exact quote: we have never canceled a successful show. A lot of these shows were well-intended, but talked to a very small audience on a very big budget. The key to it is you have to be able to talk to a small audience on a small budget and a large audience at a large budget. If you do that well, you can do that forever. Yeah, no, I'm sure there's been a few shows out there, because I've known where like Twitter's made an uproar where like it's, I know personally that it has big fan bases. But apparently the numbers aren't showing. So a lot of the shows that they cancel, if it's a big budget show, they say, you know what, we're not going to squeeze the cheddar out for that, because we're not getting the return that we're looking for. So what he tries to find is that nice balance. Big budget, a lot of eyes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Small budget, it's cool, it's whatever. Whatever.
Watching it.
Exactly. So you're hearing this, what do you think? You think he's right?
Yes and no. Because what's a big budget show? You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? How much are you dumping into a show that only gets a little bit? Because, if it's big budget, you're going to have a lot of eyes on it. You're going to make sure it gets out there.
Well, I'm sure it varies per depending on what it's going to be. So, like, a Star Wars show, I'm pretty sure that probably has to cost over $1 million to make. Whereas a TV show, you could make for $65,000. You know what I mean? A few thousand per episode, and
that's why the one show the one that comes to mind is right now is that 90s show. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't look very expensive at all. It's simple sets. They're mostly in the basement, and if you are, everything is practical. You know what I mean? They're not really driving anywhere.
Yeah,
it's simple things like that. So is that one of the ones that they'll expect to have a niche audience? When I see all over TikTok and Twitter, they're talking about it. How small is too small to cancel a show? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I saw everyone was upset when they canceled Inside Job.
Oh, yeah.
That one animated show. I think it didn't even get a second season. It's just one.
Cowboy and Bebop, too.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, people were upset.
But I can guarantee you the live action was not as good as the anime. But it does suck for them, because they did do fine. But back to it, it's just... It's hard to determine for us as audiences what's big and what's not. You know what I mean? Because like a show I watch You. You know what I mean? And you don't.
Me?
No, the show You. I watch it. Penn Badgley, I watch it. You don't. But am I part of a small audience, or is that a big audience that's watching the show now?
So big audience of women.
No. I hate you.
Okay, keep going.
It's just hard to determine what that means, and I think him only putting this out is to try and save his own ass, but save Netflix's ass. But I doubt that's working, because there's no way you can say that and then cut hella animation projects. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is coming obviously on the heels of like that whole password sharing and people dropping Netflix and the stocks dropping. Like, it's been a rough time, but I think as much as I believe him, and where he made a few good calls on certain shows that did need to be, cut, I just think that if you're gonna cut shows, don't, like, if people are crying out saying that, you know, we watched the show, then why wouldn't you just continue the show but at a lower budget? You know what I mean? Now I understand, like, maybe some shows that are sci-fi, you can't do that. Those are gonna have to outright be, you know, gone. But like, if, say, like, you use that 90 show as an example, say they're using what, 50,000, but it's not getting the return that they're looking for, but they could still make the show passable at a good 45,000, whatever, right? Cut the 5 off the top, keep your little fan base happy, at least make a few seasons, give it a proper conclusion, and then, you know, let it dissipate. But what irritates people, especially with Netflix, at least with me with Netflix, is that they know they're not getting a return, but instead of like being like, okay, we'll give you guys a little 5 episode miniseries to wrap it up now, you know what I mean, because of whatever reasons that we gotta cancel it. But like, it's like, give us those conclusions. There's so many shows on Netflix that I don't even want to touch, because I'm like, are they gonna make more? Are they gonna cancel it? Like, I don't even want to get invested if I'm not even gonna be able to finish it up, you know?
That would be, honestly, that would be better, and I wish more shows did that. I think the best one that I can recall right now is probably Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where they did it. They did it like 3 times, thinking that it was gonna be the end, but then, you know, season 8 or 8, and you know, there's only a few episodes there.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars, they came back to finish it. And like, I just wish more people would do that. Like, not just outright cancel it, but just to give the little conclusion, you know, wrap it up nicely for the people that do enjoy it. Like, The Inside Job, I've never seen it, but like, if it was story based, like it is or whatever, then they should probably conclude that. Yeah, I think so too. I just hope they get it together, because I honestly believe Netflix is kind of slipping, and I feel like these are just little comments to kind of, you know, gasp for air and all that stuff. And to me, I mean, though I did love Netflix in the beginning, and there's a lot of movies and shows that I did watch, it, they canceled way too many on me. Like, it just feels like the rug being pulled up. I invested this time watching the show, and you're not even gonna give me a conclusion, bro. It is what it is. But what do you guys think out there? Are you guys rocking with Netflix? Are you guys thinking they're gasping for air, the last little you know, few breaths? Maybe not even few breaths. Maybe they're just panicking. Who knows? Let us know down in the comments below. With that, we're gonna move to our last big topic, because after that we got a trailer to watch and react to. But our big topic right now, I'm just gonna do that right now, because I mean, though she is on your side, I am gonna say, I don't know. We'll read the comment right now. But so far, Daisy Ridley has been back in the eye. There's been some rumors going around saying that she may be returning to Star Wars, right? So, because there's been rumors and rumblings, obviously she hasn't really been in any movies or anything lately, Daisy Ridley. She's been doing some interviews, I think, for a TV show she's going to be coming out on. And they basically asked her about the retcon that happened in The Rise of Skywalker because of what happened in The Last Jedi. So what she basically says, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what the question was. Right here. Given the hugely... Oh, wait. Rey's parentage was kept a mystery in The Force Awakens, which ignited fan theories debating that the character was the offspring of a Skywalker or Kenobi or so on. The Last Jedi rejected those theories by revealing Rey was no one, an orphan whose parents were not tied to the lore of Star Wars. The Rise of Skywalker then backtracked, revealing Rey as the granddaughter of Emperor Palpatine all along. Given the hugely divisive response to The Last Jedi, many people felt The Rise of Skywalker retconning Rey's no-one parentage and tying her lineage back to Palpatine was a deliberate choice made by Lucasfilm to satisfy the fandom. Rey herself, Daisy Ridley, recently weighed in on the retcon debate during an interview with Rolling Stones, She basically says, well, J.J. Abrams was the one who was like, she is of no one. So it wasn't just The Last Jedi where that was the message. Ridley said, what was interesting about the last one for me was that you can be a hero and not come from anywhere, and you could be a hero and come from literally the worst person in the universe. You're not your parents, you're not your grandparents, you're not your bloodline, and you're not the generations before you. So I always was like, sure, but it's beyond my pay grade. Ridley said, I say the words, do the thing. I do love the versions of you can be anyone you want to be, but I also love the version where you can rectify wrong things and can't help what you've been born into. So, and she kind of goes on and she kind of like, tiptoes around the question, because though I'm sure she's leaning towards something in the way that she likes or whatever, but she doesn't want to anger the Star Wars fandom, obviously. So, with these, comments coming out, I kind of just wanted to revisit this topic with you on the pod, because I think that it's important for us to kind of see our stance on this as well. I think at least for the people's sake, content, obviously. I'm a big Star Wars fan, all right? And I told you before how I feel about the sequel trilogy, but I'm going to let them know, so you buckle up. The sequel trilogy was a complete mess. Though there were some shining lights within the mess, it did not help as a whole. It did not help that it was not planned out. It did not help that they swapped directors and just said, hey, you know what? They swapped directors for all three. Colin Trevorrow was supposed to make Rise of Skywalker, and he basically got bumped out because they wanted to go the safe bet and go J.J. Abrams again. He said he was free. He had time. He decided to do it. I like The Last Jedi. I'm not going to say it was a bad movie. The Force Awakens was obviously good. It was a good time to come back to Star Wars when it came out. But when The Rise of Skywalker came out, was the fucking straw that broke the camel's back for me. I don't agree with the Palpatine decision, because it is just that to me. It was a thing for Lucasfilm to just please the Star Wars fandom because they weren't unhappy with the way The Last Jedi came out. Instead of trying to tell a cohesive story, they try to coddle the fans. And though at times that could be okay, it's ridiculous that it was at the expense of an actual good story that was gonna unfold. You know what I mean? So I personally, though the story, if they continue with this, if they retcon it, I don't know. That apparently there's talk multiverse, whatever. If they keep it, I'm not mad that they did it. I'm mad they did it because of fandom, and not even because of a good story. They just did it because they were like, who can we use? And they used him. They never even hinted at him ever throughout the sequel trilogy. Not one time. And all of a sudden, somehow he returned. The fuck? So yeah, she's tiptoeing. But I'll tell you guys the facts. It was a bullshit ass storyline. They shouldn't, and she's right. They did pay her to do the thing and say the lines. So she's absolutely in the clear. I know people blame her for it or whatever, but she only gets paid to do this. I can't believe they paid somebody to do that shit. That shit was crazy. But with that, let's hear your side on this. What do you think of the sequel trilogy? What do you think went wrong or went right with that? And do you think Daisy Ridley's tiptoeing and is leaning to what I'm saying, that she's kind of like, well, I was paid to do it, so I don't agree? Or do you actually think that she kind of liked the story but just doesn't want to say it because of fans?
Well, I like the sequel trilogy. I like it so much. I have my favorites. They're some up there. If you guys want us to rank Star Wars, we will, but that'll be a whole war. But Trying to think. I obviously like these movies. I liked all three of them, from The Force Awakens to Rise of Skywalker. My favorite probably is The Last Jedi. You can tell there's course correction. I'm not gonna argue that. You can tell that it does suffer from different ideas pulling at each other. I still like the ideas. I still like the conclusion of it all, the final pieces that came about it. People want to say that, I know this is on a tangent, but people want to say that the concept art that they see would have been better, but I just don't think there's a way to please all Star Wars fans.
With Colin Trevorrow's thing? Yeah.
But there's no way to really please the Star Wars fandom, you know what I mean, sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I think even if we would have got that, it would have been a whole different timeline. But I just think, I just like the movies. I think I see the reasoning why Palpatine came back. I understand it. I like that he came back. It makes sense to me. I'm not a big hater about it, like some people.
What makes sense?
What do you mean what makes sense?
What makes sense about him coming back?
That man orchestrated the Clone Wars. Pulled strings from both sides. Let me finish. He pulled from both sides. He ruled the galaxy for 40 years? I want to say 40 years. And then he planted his seeds to come back after his death. It was inevitable. Snoke being the fall guy and a failed clone. Inevitable.
No.
Yes.
No. I would have preferred
But either way, let me finish. This isn't about that. We're not about to start arguing about it.
Yeah.
But
I'll kill you.
I think she is tiptoeing, obviously. I think to say that she just got paid for it is her trying to cover her own ass, you know, because she did get paid for it. But, you know, I think most of these Star Wars actors, if you ask them about Star Wars, they're going to give you a half-ass answer like that. Because I think they were talking to the dude that did Moon Knight. What's his name?
Oscar
Isaac. And he said something about Star Wars 2, that he wouldn't come back to it, whatever else. But, like, even if you if you just ask them, they'll give you half-ass answers like that. Like, oh, I was just paid to do it. But, like, come on. Really? Does no one really care that they had these big roles and impacted people? You know what I mean? Good or bad?
The thing is that they did it. Like, I mean, to impact it a bad way hurts your legacy. You know what I mean? I mean, what happened to Hayden Christensen? He's barely getting the love now. All these years, and barely getting the love. And now, all of a sudden, everybody loves Hayden Christensen and everything. But at the time, the prequel trilogy was basically like the sequel trilogy. But the difference is, at least they had some kind of cohesive story where they were trying to lead to, in my opinion. I think that's where the prequel trilogy kind of is getting the love now, opposed to back then. But I think this sequel trilogy will forever just be wrapped up in controversy, and it will never be the best, because if Disney would have taken the time, bought it. I mean, we're already on a hiatus from Star Wars regardless. They would have bought it, tell Lucasfilm, take the time, make a cohesive story, make sure that you can do it. Instead of just going straight for the cash grab as soon as they bought out the property, it was kind of like, y'all should have made up a plan. Y'all should have had something. But that had to be what really hurt it. And these actors rather wash their hands away with it, but that's because Star Wars fans aren't easy to appease, you know. And to be honest, I don't think, you know, I'm not saying that they have the right to act the way that they do, because, you know, like, some of them sent like death threats to like actors and stuff like that. No one
deserves that.
Nobody deserves that. But if they were normal and they were able to voice it a little bit better, I mean, it's fine. You can have your I mean, I have my complaints with the sequel trilogy too. You know what I mean? But like, it's just the over aggressiveness of the fandom, in my opinion.
But yeah, she's obviously tiptoeing. There's no way to really know if she did side with it or not. She does kind of. What did she say? She did that. She said that The Last Jedi did kind of say that it does come from it is, you can be a hero with being a nobody
Yeah.
But again, you can also be a hero coming from being the bad guy,
Yeah.
grandchild. I think
we already had seen that with Luke, but keep going.
Shut up.
Sorry.
She's just trying to cover her own ass. You know, I understand if she comes back, cool, but I just think there's no way to really know. I don't have a way to know if she liked it or not, unless she outright says she likes it.
Yeah.
She just understands the story, she gets the concepts, and she was paid to say it. That's it. That's all her point was.
Yeah, and we're still Star Wars list, but apparently there's rumors and leaks out there, and take it with a grain of salt, everybody, that the sequel characters may be coming back in a few movies, that apparently they're actually planning out a new trilogy, and it will be focused on new characters, but sequel trilogy characters will be sprinkled in throughout the new trilogy. And that's just the plans. And a lot of people are saying that, take it with a grain of salt, because Kathleen Kennedy is known to be out after Indiana Jones 5. And we talked about it on a previous pod. If you guys want to go check that out, link in our description. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Star Wars heading forward. Daisy Ridley still hasn't confirmed her stance. I mean, I wish she would have. It just seems like these tiptoeing, like, tell us it's bad or tell us it's good. I just want to know your guys' opinion on your guys' own movie. I just want to know. That's it. That's all I want to do. But with that, let's go ahead and go to our final topic today. And our final topic is going to be the new Dungeons and Dragons trailer. It just dropped today. Chris Pine's in it. I believe Zoe Saldana's in this one too. A few... Michelle Rodriguez, a few people are in this one. We were talking about it on the podcast the other day, and I haven't seen this trailer either. I don't know if you've seen it or you watched it today. And it's been kind of like teeter-tottering with me, like, do I enjoy this movie? Do I not enjoy this movie? The first trailer was kind of cool. I kind of want to see, after watching this trailer, because we watched the first one together, I kind of want to see where our hype level is that for this movie. Does it intrigue us? Does it look fun? Whatever, and then we'll go on from there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
On your knees.
Okay, chop it off.
Chop it off. Let's do it. Oh, we got him now. You know what? I'm thinking there are probably sharper stairs somewhere else.
We're thieves, but we help the wrong person steal the wrong thing and unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known.
The Red Wizards created an army of the undead.
Sounds lovely.
Quite the opposite.
I know, I was being ironic.
I find irony is a blade that cuts he who wields it most especially.
You're not a lot of fun, are you? How are we gonna pull this off?
We're gonna need a team.
Follow me to the orifice.
The orifice?
I'll go last.
Let's go! I don't mind that. He missed.
Oh, that's not good. Aren't you sick of failing? We can die.
There's worse things than dying.
That's really cool.
I lost everything that ever mattered to me, and if we quit now, that's for nothing.
I don't want to see you die, which is why I'm going to leave the room.
This ends now.
The bridge is protected by an ancient trap. We must not trigger the mechanism.
I may have triggered the mechanism. So,
Sorry.
Alright. What are your thoughts?
My opinion hasn't changed since we talked about it way back when.
Yeah, it looks somewhat fun. It just seems like I think the CGI looks pretty clean though. Not gonna lie, like I think it looks good. And I heard this movie did a lot of practical work, so they did a lot of these stunts and stuff like that practically. So that's pretty good. But to be honest, it looks like it'll be fun, but it's not something I'm running to the theaters to get a ticket for.
Yeah, no. There's way better things coming out in March. It sucks that this movie's probably gonna take a hit because of them. But it's just I don't know what it is. I can't grasp the concept of this movie. Like I understand what it's about, obviously, but like its existence bothers me.
I'm trying to think like, do they have to stick to a certain like plot line and stuff like that? But to be honest, isn't the game supposed to be like whatever you want it to be, you could do? So it could be just an all fresh story too. So I mean, maybe, yeah. I don't know, but it looks like something I'll watch when it hits like streaming.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna go to the movie theaters to watch it, but it looks like a fun little streaming movie. Just be at home, make some popcorn.
Yeah. It just looks fun. It just doesn't strike me.
I would
be interesting.
To be honest, the only reason why I would probably go get a ticket is just for Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, honestly, they look like the most shining pieces of the film.
Yeah, they look like they're probably gonna be pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong. In a couple of those scenes, Michelle Rodriguez kind of gave a couple like cringy dialogue.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's a badass, especially when she does like a lot of her own fights and stunts and stuff like that. So I think she would kind of shine too. But we'll wait for streaming. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks it, and we'll see what happens. I mean, but what do you guys think out there? Are you guys excited for Dungeons and Dragons? Can you guys wait for streaming? Are you guys good with not watching the movie? Let us know down in the comments. With that, that's going to wrap up this episode. Josh, if you want to let them know one more time, if they want to let us know a movie they want us to review, anything that we should have talked about on this podcast, but maybe we just didn't see or forgot or slipped up, let them know where they can tell us.
If you want to hit us up at any time for any of that, Twitter and TikTok at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to listen to our old podcasts, if you want to listen to our episodes while you're out and about doing whatever you're doing, we're still on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can enjoy us. We just put out a good Avatar review if you want to go check that out. If you want to support us in a big way, go to the link Zippy Stream. It's in our bios and stuff. All it takes is a name, an email, and again, you get updates on when we post new episodes, and you can hit us up at any time to talk about whatever. If you want to check us out on YouTube at FilmBros Podcast, you can sit down and watch us for a cool hour.
Of course, yes. And if you guys have that time, make sure you guys go check us out on YouTube for sure. Don't forget to hit that like, the follow, and the notification bell so you guys can get updates on our new videos and our podcasts when they come out. With that being said, we got to go. We'll talk to you guys on the next pod.
Talk to you guys later.